The movie opens by telling a legendary story from dragon history. It is said that 500 years from now, a girl will be born, and when that girl turns 20 years old, she will gain a mysterious power. With that power inside her, she will be able to transform any snake into a giant dragon. Among those snakes, the good ones will use that infinite power to protect humanity. But the evil snakes will want to use the same power to destroy mankind and the entire universe. And now, after 500 years, that time has finally arrived. Next, we see a massive explosion in a city caused by something falling from the sky. The area is completely destroyed, making it look as if a spacecraft has crashed there. Because of this, police officers and reporters rush to the scene. Meanwhile, a man arrives and starts warning everyone about the prophecy. In other words, he tries to explain the same story that was told at the beginning of the movie to the people present there. After some time, we are introduced to a reporter named Ethan. Just like the others, Ethan starts recording the scene. While doing so, he notices a strange symbol found at the site. Seeing it again and again, he feels like he has seen this symbol somewhere before. But no matter how hard he tries, he cannot remember where. After finishing his work, Ethan returns to his office. Even there, he keeps staring at the symbol, trying to recall its origin. Suddenly, his eyes fall on the locket around his neck. This locket was given to him 15 years ago by a man named Jack, when Ethan was still a child. Looking at the locket, questions begin to form in Ethan's mind. He starts thinking that this symbol must be connected to that man in some way. At that moment, Ethan remembers a story Jack once told him 15 years ago. The scene then cuts to a flashback from the past. We see a young Ethan visiting a shop with his father. The shop owner's name was Jack. While his father was busy, Ethan wandered around the shop looking at different things. Suddenly, a box inside the shop opens on its own. From inside the box, a strange light comes out and enters Ethan's body directly. At that exact moment, Ethan sees the same symbol inside the box, the very symbol that is now troubling him. Seeing this, Ethan feels restless in the present timeline. That is why the moment he saw the symbol again, it felt familiar to him. We then see that the shop owner, Jack, realizes what has happened. In front of Ethan's father, he pretends to have a heart attack. His goal was to somehow send Ethan's father away for a while. In reality, he wanted to talk to Ethan alone. So, by acting like he is having a heart attack, Jack sends Ethan's father outside to get medicine. As soon as Ethan's father leaves, Jack tells Ethan that the light he saw is called a Moogie, and that it came from heaven. Hearing this, Ethan asks what a Moogie is. Jack explains that a Moogie is a massive ancient creature. He then shows him an illustration and says that a Moogie is also mentioned in ancient Korean texts. When a Moogie gains the power of heaven, it transforms into a giant dragon. Jack further explains that many years ago, a massive snake named a Moogie lived in Heaven City, along with many soldiers. Because of all the good deeds a Moogie performed, it was rewarded every 500 years. And during that time, a Moogie was given another chance, so that it could transform into a massive giant dragon. But to achieve that, it first needed to obtain the power that came from heaven. Because only with that heavenly power could it transform from a snake into a giant dragon. However, in that same place lived another evil snake named Baraki. And Baraki also wanted that power. Baraki's soldiers were extremely powerful. That is why they wanted to defeat the Moogie and seize the heavenly power for themselves. But no one from heaven wanted an evil snake like Baraki to obtain that power. So, to protect that infinite power from Baraki, it was hidden in a specific location. At this point, the scene shifts and another event from the past is shown. The story directly moves to a Korean village in the year 1507. In that village, the heavenly power falls from the sky onto a house. That house belonged to the village chief. We then see that the moment the heavenly power lands on that house, the village chief's wife gives birth to a baby girl. And hidden inside that girl was the same heavenly power that came from above. Because of that, the small child had a red dragon mark on her shoulder. But the village chief knew nothing about this miraculous power. After that, several years passed. From heaven, the responsibility to protect that power was given to a brave warrior and his master. They came to the village to save the girl. because they had learned that the evil snake Baraki had found out where the heavenly power was. One day, the master went to the village chief and told him that his daughter carried limitless power from heaven within her body. On the other hand, it is seen that the brave warrior had fallen in love with the village chief's daughter. Then one day, the master took the warrior to meet the good Emozi. There, the master gave his disciple a locket that came from heaven, so that he could properly protect Emozi. At the same time, the master also said that in a few days, the girl would turn 20 years old. And on that very day, Baraki would attack this place with his huge army to obtain the heavenly power. So he told him to be prepared for that day. Then it is seen that on the day the girl turned 20, Baraki attacked the village with his terrifying army. He killed everyone and was taking the girl away. But while they were leaving, the master and his disciple appeared in the middle of the road. The master and the warrior together suddenly attacked them. At one stage of the fight, finding an opportunity, the warrior escaped from there with the girl, and the master alone began to face Baraki and his soldiers. Meanwhile, it is seen that Ori and Hunter threw away the locket given by the master and decided to spend the rest of their lives with the girl, which was against the rules of heaven. But at that exact moment, Baraki arrived there and started chasing the two of them.
At one point, the two of them reach the edge of a mountain. Just moments before Baraki can catch them, both of them jump off the cliff and commit suicide. After that, the scene returns to the present and goes back to Ethan's childhood, where it is shown that Jack is giving Ethan that locket. This locket was given by the master to his child 500 years ago. From this, it becomes clear that the warrior from 500 years ago has been reborn as Ethan in the present time, and his master is none other than the shop owner, Jack. Jack then informs Ethan that this time the power will exist within a girl named Sarah. Just like before, there will be a red dragon mark on her shoulder, and Ethan must find her. At the same time, all the memories of the past return to Ethan's mind. He quickly goes to one of his friends and starts searching for information about Sarah. On the other hand, Sarah is shown at a gym. Suddenly, she notices some strange symbols on the TV and immediately leaves the place. When Sarah's friend comes to her house later, she sees that something is written on the wall in Korean language in a strange way, and Sarah seems very disturbed. To cheer her up, her friend takes her to a club, but Sarah does not stay there for long and heads straight back home. On her way back, some local goons start harassing her. At that moment, Jack appears there and saves Sarah. In the next scene, a zoo is shown. A guard is patrolling around the hills inside the zoo and is about to fall asleep. Suddenly, he wakes up after hearing the scream of an elephant. When he goes there, he sees a giant snake swallowing an elephant. That snake is Baraki. Once again, he has returned to capture the heavenly power. Meanwhile, Sarah is seen at a police station where she is being interrogated. The police believe that Sarah alone beat up the goons, but Sarah keeps trying to explain that she did not beat them. An old man did. However, the police officer refuses to believe her. Just then, a reporter arrives to take Sarah's interview. This reporter is actually Ethan's friend. At the same time, Ethan goes straight to Jack's shop, but he does not find Jack there. Instead, he meets Ivan General inside the shop. When Ethan asks about Jack, Ivan tells him that Jack has gone out for some work. Suddenly, all the objects around start floating in the air. At that exact moment, Ethan wakes up and realizes that everything he saw was just a dream. After waking up, Ethan immediately goes to his friend to inquire about Sarah. His friend has already collected information about all the girls in the city named Sarah. Just then, Ethan's reporter friend arrives and starts talking about Sarah's strange behavior during the interview. Hearing this, Ethan becomes suspicious and thinks that the Sarah his friend mentioned might be the one he is searching for. On the other side, Sarah is seen having a nightmare where Ivan General attacks her. She wakes up in terror and suddenly feels intense pain from the red dragon mark on her shoulder. Unable to bear the pain, she quickly calls the hospital. After receiving the news, Sarah's friend rushes there, but since it is already night, she is not allowed to meet Sarah. So Sarah's friend goes to Sarah's house with her boyfriend to collect some necessary items. At that very moment, Ivan General and Baraki appear there and brutally kill both of them. When Ethan hears this news, he assumes that Sarah might have died as well. He rushes to Sarah's house and sees the dead bodies of Sarah's friend and her boyfriend lying there. Then he finds out that Sarah is actually admitted to the hospital. He immediately runs to the hospital, but due to hospital rules, he is also not allowed to meet her. Meanwhile, Ethan meets one of his old friends at the hospital, who is a doctor by profession. At the doctor's request, he secretly arranges a meeting between Ethan and Sarah. Finally, they see each other. As soon as Sarah sees Ethan, she says that something very bad is about to happen. Ethan replies that the destruction has already begun. While they are talking, Baraki enters the hospital building while searching for Sarah. Seeing the danger, Ethan's doctor friend helps them escape. In reality, this doctor is none other than Jack in disguise. He had come in this form to save Sarah. As soon as they step outside, Baraki attacks them, and Ivan General captures Ethan and Sarah. At that exact moment, a woman crashes a car into Ivan General, rescues Ethan and Sarah, and drops them at a safe place. It is revealed once again that this woman is also Jack, who came in a female form to save them. Meanwhile, Ivan General gathers his massive army and begins preparing for war. On the other side, Ethan and Sarah are seen standing near a seashore, sharing their feelings with each other. In the next scene, some government agents are seen in a meeting. Their chief is informed about all the strange incidents happening in the city. One agent explains everything that happened in the past, but the chief finds it hard to believe such unbelievable stories. Still, he orders a complete investigation into Sarah, as he suspects that these disturbances are connected to her. In another scene, soldiers attempt to attack Baraki, but Ivan General arrives and kills all of them single-handedly. Ethan then takes Sarah to a hypnotherapist to learn more about her dreams. At first, Sarah sees her childhood memories, including the death of her father. Soon after, she begins to see all the events from her previous life 500 years ago. As a result, she regains memories of her past life. At that moment, Baraki arrives there. Realizing the danger, Ethan tries to escape with Sarah. Baraki chases them, but after a lot of struggle, they manage to escape by car. During the escape, Ethan calls his friend and asks him to arrange a helicopter immediately. He then reaches his friend with Sarah. When Ethan goes to the washroom, Jack suddenly appears and reminds him not to repeat the mistakes he made in his previous life. This time, he must fulfill his destiny. While they are talking, Baraki attacks again. As Ethan and Sarah try to escape in the helicopter, Baraki jumps and bites the helicopter with his massive body. Seeing no way out, Ethan and Sarah fall down from the helicopter. At that moment, U.S. military fighter jets arrive and attack Baraki with missiles and continuous machine gun fire. However, none of the weapons can penetrate Baraki's tough skin. Destruction spreads across the city. On Ivan General's command, winged demonic dragons begin attacking civilians from the sky. While Ethan and Sarah are escaping in a car, the dragons flip their vehicle and capture them, taking them to Ivan General's fortress. When Ethan regains consciousness, he finds himself chained to a stone pillar. In front of him, Sarah is placed on an altar to be sacrificed so that Baraki can obtain the heavenly power. Just when all hope seems lost, Ethan screams with all his strength. His ancient locket activates, releasing intense blue and white light that covers the entire area. The light instantly turns Ivan General's soldiers and demonic creatures into dust. Even Baraki is thrown far away and loses consciousness. Ethan rushes to free Sarah, but Ivan General blocks his path. When the general tries to kill Ethan, the last magical power of the locket defeats him. But the real danger is not over yet. Baraki regains consciousness and violently moves towards Sarah. At that moment, the ground splits open and Emoji appears. A massive battle between two giant serpents begins. Baraki is extremely powerful and ruthless and nearly kills Emoji. Realizing that the entire world will be destroyed if she does not help, Sarah willingly releases the heavenly power inside her and transfers it to Emoji. As she does so, Sarah collapses lifelessly onto the ground. Empowered by the heavenly energy, Emoji transforms into a holy giant dragon. Wings grow from his body, his color becomes radiant, and he attacks Baraki with sacred flames, completely destroying him forever. After the battle, the dragon approaches Sarah's body. Sarah's soul appears in a divine form before Ethan and gently tells him that their love is eternal and that they will meet again in another life. The dragon then carries Sarah's soul and ascends toward heaven through the clouds. Finally, Jack appears and tells Ethan that their duty has been fulfilled. With a satisfied smile, Jack slowly fades away into the air. Ethan stands alone in the now peaceful city, where evil has been completely destroyed. Friends, how did you like the story? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching till the end.